This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. So let me share my screen. Hi guys. Hi guys. Very good evening. So let's recap what we discussed in last session. So did you anyone newly joined? Because we started just MAVEN. I think is anyone newly joined? Just let me know. Okay. So and collect the previous class recordings. Okay. MAVEN we had on Friday. We started MAVEN, right? So we had seen how to install MAVEN, right? So what are the different tools we have in the market, in the, along with the Maven, right? So Maven is a build tool. You can build your application. You can build the Java application. Okay, developers will develop the code. You will take the code and you will build the application and you will install it in the application server, right? So that's what we see in last session, right? So so we'll see some bit better today. Okay. So what we have done in last session. So we have our GitHub where our project code is there. GitHub, right? So we have our project code in the GitHub, right? So the code is developed by developers who uploaded that code, right? So you taken that code, for example, .java files. Those are dot Java files. Okay. So what you are doing that you are taking the .java files, okay, and you are making it as a dot var file using the build tools, build tools, right? Called Maven, and you are installing it in a application server. So this is called some Tomcat, right? This is some Maven, right? So you're taking that file and you're copying it to the server. So this time I don't want to copy it manually. Okay. and I want to use some automation using Maven. Okay, so I want to use some Maven commands. So what you are doing actually, you are taking that WAR file and you're copying it to some Tomcat folder, DevOps folder, Tomcat, right? So you're taking that file and you're copying to the Tomcat folder. This is manually, right? No need to copy it manually. We can use Maven to deploy to directly to the Tomcat. So how it will happen? So let me connect to the AWS account. So aws.amazon.com dot amazon.com. Okay. So is anyone newly joined? Just text to me. Okay. So let me sign in. Okay. Okay. Fine, Krishna. So let me click here. Yeah. So let me. I hope everyone is having an account. Not just go ahead and follow this YouTube video and create your accounts. I hope everyone is having. Yeah. Let me sign into the AWS account. So we can see some automation today. Okay. Instead of manually doing, we can go for automation. Let's go with some. This is my account. Let me connect to EC2. Go to instances, right? So let's create one. Let's create one instance. Just click on launch instance. Just click on launch instance. So let's create, consider this is a Maven app server. Okay. So app is nothing but a Tomcat, right? So Tomcat. And let's go with some Amazon Linux server. Amazon Linux server. And 1 GB RAM. Instance type is 1 GB RAM. Okay. And you can take the key pair, which is I already having my password file. And since it is Tomcat, you should open 80 port in network settings. Click on edit, right? So here, just add a security group rule with port number 8080, right? And I want to access it from all over the globe, right? From anywhere. So 0.0.0/0, right? And that's it. So you can launch the instance. Okay. So here I kept these commands, how to install, how to install the Maven, how to install Tomcat. Okay. So here I mentioned Maven Tomcat setup. Okay. So yeah, you can install Maven, you can install Java, right? So Maven is a build tool which helps to build the Java projects, and Java projects, okay, which requires first you need to install Java and then you need to install Maven. And right, Maven is a build tool, Java is a code you're downloading, and we are using GitHub So where your project code is there, GitHub, right? So let's do that. So you can connect to your servers. Your server is in running state. Let's select the server, click on connect, and connect to the system. Just make it as a root user, right? Sudo su switching as a super user. This is your Linux server. This is your Linux server, right? So you can install Git, you can install Maven, you can install Java, you can install some tree software. Just copy this command. So we already done this right earlier. So let's see. I will share this URL. So we are seeing this process with improvement. Okay, we in last session we did manually copying that var file. Okay, and now today we are doing with we're doing with the help of MAVEN directory. Okay, so it is installing git MAVEN Java tree package, and after that you can install Tomcat. After that you can start Tomcat, right? So you can enable Tomcat. Let's wait. Yeah, it is install these softwares git MAVEN Java tree. And now try Tomcat is not installed. Take your public IP and check whether it is there or not. So just take the IP address, public IP 8080. Cannot see, you're not able to see because we didn't install it. We didn't install it. We can try to install it. So for that you can run these commands. So you can use Tomcat web apps installation. You can install Tomcat, right? So let's run these commands. We already discussed all this, right? Right after that you can start your Tomcat. You can enable means after reboot also it will work. Okay. So 1 second. Let me do. Right. So let's download it. Git clone. You can download the project code. Project code. Okay. Entire project code you can download. Okay. So these are this file is this complete folder is downloaded. Let's go inside of that MAVEN Tomcat setup. Okay, and you can see this is pom.xml file. This is some src folder. You downloaded, enter this project folder, right? So you cloned it. Now go inside of that. You're currently in that. So you can see tree. This is the structure. So now you can run MVN package, which will build the which will build your var file. Okay, it is creating. Let's wait. Okay, so it is still taking some time. Please wait. It will take some time. Please wait. Okay, looks like it is started. You can, yeah, close. We can close this. This is the actual one. You can see that var file here. So what you are doing this, you are taking this var file and you're copying it to the you are copying it to the main folder, right? The Tomcat Web Apps folder. What you're doing, you're simply first you're setting up the password, right? So for connecting. So what I can do, I will provide some more advanced uh, option to add username password for the Tomcat. So here if you run manager application, so it will ask for the username and password, but we can see some bit advanced. So let's go to the which file, user share Tomcat. So right, configuration, in that we have Tomcat users.xml, right? So this file we can add some bit advanced lines. So here, so you can use these lines. Okay, Tomcat setup file. So use these more lines. having providing more roles to the Tomcat admin user. Okay, yeah. So here I added somewhat. This is not showing in one line. Let me show it in. Yeah, somewhat this is happening. Okay, so you can add these lines in that file. So what will happen? User is admin, password is password only, but adding more roles. That means more permissions for this admin user. So just copy this text. Okay, and add it at the end. Okay, and save the file and restart your Tomcat service, systemctl restart Tomcat service, and the changes happen. Now we can use admin. Password is password only. If you see, password is password only. Here you mentioned password is password. Okay, if you see, so let me add separate file. Looks like the can't add the code. So yeah, so Tomcat users data. Okay, you can add this data. Not the yeah, it bit confusing. Now it is easy for you. You can see these lines. You can add it. Okay, so you're taking that var file and you're copying it to which location. So you're taking this copy target Tomcat Java Tomcat Maven var file to user share Tomcat web apps. Right, you copy. So whenever you copy it, if you refresh here, you can see the application. So this is what happening, right? So this is what happening every time, right? If you refresh, so okay, so you can see that file is there. You can see simple hello world application, right? So but our case is not like that. I don't want to copy manually every time. I don't want to run this command every time to copy. Okay, so let me remove that rm-rf user share Tomcat web apps Java Tomcat Maven example. Let's remove that var file. If you refresh, it will get removed from here, right? So it will take some time. Yeah, it is removed, right? So I don't want to do it manually. I want to use MAVEN command only. Whenever I run ambient clean package, it is creating that var file. The var file deployment also, var file deployment also, we can use var file deployment also. We can use MAVEN command only. That is the fourth stage. That is the fourth stage. The we discussed MAVEN life cycles, right? So So we have the Maven life cycle. So we have compile, test, package, install, and deploy. So these are the 5 stages. We can use install stage. It will help you to deploy your var file directly to the Maven. So you are not doing it manually deploying. So what you are doing? So consider this is your app server, Tomcat app server. This is your app server, Tomcat. Right, you are doing it. This consider this is Maven you installed. Consider this is Tomcat you have installed. This is your GitHub. Here the project code is there, right? I mean, this is one folder in your server, right? So GitHub folder. So here the var file is there, and pom.xml file also there. Okay? And here it is your Tomcat. Tomcat folder is user share Tomcat web apps, right? Web apps. This is related to your Tomcat. And what about Maven? Whenever you install Maven, Maven main folder is located under etc Maven folder. Okay, so this is your pom.xml file. So I don't want to take this var file and copy to you Tomcat use web apps location. So I will use Maven. So what you need to do, you need to provide Tomcat credentials in the Maven. Okay, and you need to provide Tomcat details in the form.xml file. So then whenever you run ambient install command, the var file will automatically come and deploy into the Tomcats. Okay, at this location. So we will use that by interlinking all the components. So let's see. You can first of all you need to check that Maven to connect to the Tomcat, right, for deploying. And when the ambient deploy command, whenever you run ambient deploy command, okay, so I want to use this Tom, right? So you have to edit this file vi etc maven settings.xml file, and you need to provide Tomcat server username and password. Okay, just go into inside of this file vi etc maven settings.xml file. Here you have to go to servers location. Just go to server details location. Let's go down. Here you can see servers detail location here, details. So let's go at the end. You can add the server. Just take these 5 lines. Just take these 5 lines, and you can edit the name is, for example, Tomcat. Okay, server it is, and the username, username is admin. Okay, and password is password one, right? You're telling the Maven to use Tomcat credentials to copy that var file. Fine, right? So you provide Tomcat credentials, and in the main pom.xml file also you have to tell the Tomcat details. So if you see at the end, we added one plugin related to Tomcat. This is the Tomcat plugin, and you have to update your server IP address. So you can provide the public IP or local host. Local host means nothing but your server name only. And port number is 8080, right? You have to edit this one. So let's go inside of that file, pom.xml file, and the port number is 8080. Local host is nothing but your IP address only, right? So that's it. And the name is Tomcat server, right? Server name. This name and what are the name you provided in the maven settings.xml file should be same. Otherwise, it cannot know. The maven cannot know, and the pom.xml cannot know that. It should be same name. So you have updated pom.xml file and you have updated settings.xml file. So now you are ready to deploy. Okay, what you are doing here, you are creating one path, nothing but one folder in the Tomcat user share Tomcat web apps location. Here you are creating one this folder here web page, and within that you are uploading that same var file. So let's do that. How to do that? So we can do using the MVN install. So for that you can use this MVN install Tomcat 7 deploy, because the plugin name is Tomcat 7. You can use this one. What will happen? So which will deploy into the Tomcat. It is downloading the dependencies. Right. You can see status code is 200. Okay, that means it is uploaded successfully. Okay, so right. So it is uploaded successfully. 200 status code is 200. Okay, and the build is successful and 17 yeah final size. And if you here see that, if you refresh, you can see the Rio web page, right? Earlier, if you run that command, you're not seeing that huge Tomcat web apps Rio web page, right? Now we can see that. Now you can see that Rio web page. Let's click on that. You can see the same Hello World application, which you did previously copied the same var file. Now you have used this advanced mechanism. Advanced mechanism. The same process we can do with the Jenkins also. So what you need to do, so Jenkins installation, you have to install Jenkins. Okay, now you have used the MAVEN install command, which will take that var file and deploy it to the Tomcat, right? So, but the thing is, okay, you no need to run the command manually every time. So we can use some Jenkins server. This Jenkins server will always look into the GitHub. Okay, whenever anyone uploads the code, this Jenkins will take that code and install it in the directly Tomcat server. This Maven we integrated to Jenkins. Okay, so this is our Jenkins. So we can try in the same server. We can install Jenkins also. So how to install Jenkins? So I will provide some commands to install Jenkins. Just follow those. Okay, I will keep it at the same location. So the thing here, you can use these commands to install Jenkins. Okay, you can. Yeah, we'll discuss. But before that, Jenkins port number is same, and the Tomcat port number is same. Jenkins is also 8080, and Tomcat port number is also 8080. We cannot use same port number. Okay, we can edit that Tomcat port number. Okay, so for that, first you can stop the Tomcat systemctl stop Tomcat. You can go to one file, user share Tomcat con. So there is a file called, okay, server.xml. In this file, for example, I want to use some 8090 for this Tomcat. So because I want to use both the ports, both Tomcat and Jenkins, right? So you can use some 8090. Let's save this file. Let's update this file, update the service now, restart the service to make the changes quick happen. Now, in place of 8080, let's use 8090. It will take some time. So, so both we cannot use both. We cannot open both at a time. Okay, so that's why we are changing the port number. So only one can be opened. But I want to use both Jenkins and Tomcat. So that's why I changed the port. And why it is not showing? Because in the instance level, you need to open that port. While creating, we opened only 8080, right? You open only this 8080. You have to open 8090 also. How to open? Let's click on the security group. Here you can click on edit inbound rule. Okay, and you can add a rule 8090, accept this and save. Now if you can see that, you can see the prompt, right? So now let's install Jenkins. So what you need to do, if you want to install, you need to download the Jenkins software. You can add the Jenkins software URLs. We are adding the Jenkins repositories. Here what we are doing, we are downloading the Jenkins repository files. Okay, and finally we are trying to install the Jenkins. So the first one is downloading the URL for the Jenkins, where you can download the packages from the this Jenkins organization. After that, you are adding the keys to access this URL. These are keys to access. Okay, and finally you are running the command minstall Jenkins. Okay, let's do that. So you're simply adding the URL and you're simply installing it, and finally you can run minstall Jenkins. So let's do that. We're adding the keys to access that URL. It's downloading. So this process, now we are going to use Jenkins. You don't need to do it manually. So if you have multiple servers, if you have 50 servers, no need to do it manually every time. If you have five different projects, no need to do it manually. Okay, looks like it's still downloading, 8%. Yeah, still downloading. We can wait. Yeah, still it is 26%. It will take some time. So meanwhile, we can discuss other thing. So let me connect to the server again. It will not close maybe. It will establish another one. 28. So in the organization, you will install the software only one time. Maybe you mostly get the chance, didn't get the chance to install it, but our practical purpose, I'm showing that. But in the real time, you mostly didn't get the chance. Okay. So and in we mostly not use the manual process or using MAVEN install command. We will use Jenkins. Okay, we will use Jenkins. So now that's why we are installing Jenkins software. Right, 35% is installed. So let's wait. So whenever if you see, let's go to MAVEN Tomcat setup. Right. So whenever you run MBN package, what it is happening, it is downloading the files and creating the var file local, right? If you see, for the first time, whenever you run, right, it is downloading some files. So in which location those are downloaded, actually in the system level for the first time, that is under .m2 folder. Whenever you go to cd, you go to dot, you can see the ls-a hidden files. There is .m2 folder. All the dependencies are downloaded to this repository folder. Okay, so from which location? From the Apache Maven, the direct map from the Maven company. For example, if you deleted this .m2 folder, okay, let's delete this rm some m2 folder .m2 folder. Now, if you go to your project, so it is under home ec2 user, right? Maven Tomcat. Now if you run ambient package, again it start creating, downloading that files, if you see. Because yeah, if you see downloading from there, repo.apache.maven2. So that is your central repository. So your local repository, local repo is .m2 under slash root folder, and remote repo is nothing but, our central repo is nothing but, central repo is directly from the Apache company you're downloading, right? That is HTTPS. You can see that same URL, right? Slash dot repo dot maven dot apache dot org. And sometimes few companies will keep their dependency softwares, these plugin softwares, like for example Maven shared invoke plugin, some plugins, right? Some invoke jar plugin, some plugins are, they will keep in some server. We can call that servers are okay, remote server. So we can call that repo is a remote particular server. Okay. And for example, if you see locally, if you rerun the same command and package, what will happen? It will not download again because the so files are downloaded to .m2 folder. So now the time is very less, 3.956. Earlier, what is the time? 38 seconds. Now that's just 3.956 because you can see slash root .m2 folder is created again, right? So for example, I want to delete this. Okay, I want to delete this target folder and create a fresh one while packaging only. We can run mbn clean command. What will happen? This target folder is deleted from local directory. See, is the target folder is there? No. So mbn, whenever you run mbn clean, it deletes the, okay, so okay, it deletes our local target folder, right? So asserts. Okay, so for example, and whenever you did, okay, MVN package, again it will create your target folder, MVN package, right? For example, if you run MVN clean package, what will happen? It will clean that folder and package will create the folder, right? If you so the target folder locally will get deleted first and it will get created after its target folder is created, right? So you can see some 548. If you run MVN clean package, it again delete the target folder, creates fresh. So simply, that means any corrupted files are there, right? It will get deleted from the target folder and creates fresh. Okay, so still it's downloading. Let's wait. Okay, mainly we have these 5 stages: compile, test, package, install, deploy, and we have the clean phase. Will clean the partial files, partially installed files. Okay, let's wait. Still it is installing. Right now we can start your Jenkins systemctl. Start Jenkins systemctl. Right. So let's start. It will take some time to start. So if you want to check that, you can use IP address and 8080 port. Still it's starting. If you see, Jenkins is starting. So yeah, real time we will use MAVEN these commands only. Okay, and we are installing. So what I will do, I will share the MAVEN notes. Okay, MAVEN material. Uh, okay, today itself. So you guys can practice. So the Jenkins, yeah, it started. If you want to check the service of the service status, you can use systemctl status Jenkins, right? And if you want to check the status of Tomcat, you can use systemctl status Tomcat. So Jenkins initial password under this location where lib Jenkins secret initial admin password. You can check that using cat. Here is the password, right? Just copy the password and paste. I just install suggested plugins, right? So it will take some time. Okay, the installation of the plugins. Okay, so You can try this practical today, Maven Tomcat setup along with the automation using MVN install command. Okay, and try to do the MVN clean setup. Okay, and I will share the URL again. I think I don't share it. Yeah, let me share it again freshly. Just do the practice. Okay, and we can connect early tomorrow. Like I mean, we'll start at the same time only, so we can add some doubt session. Okay, so we can add some doubt session for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, so yeah, I will wait for this server to install the dependency packages, and I will stop this server and I will open this freshly tomorrow. Okay, so just complete this practical. I will share the Maven material with the management, or I will share through email. Okay, so tomorrow onwards we'll start why Jenkins. So and where we'll use the Jenkins. So and we'll see deeply what is the commands I mentioned to install Jenkins, right? So we can. So yeah, what is this? What? Yeah, these keys we are adding, but what here actually happening? So we can see that in next session. So please feel to practice. Okay. Hi Suresh, how is your practice? Hello. Is it audible, Suresh? Hello.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
other
uh,
students are joining.
Last.
Maybe they. Yeah. Will you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last
Yeah.
section, Friday section is there, right? That class, I didn't get
Rec-
record. Today I asked them, they
recording
said,
didn't received, right?
yeah,
Okay.
I didn't receive. And the Git material also.
Material
I asked
also.
them,
Okay.
but they're saying you will get soon, like that they're saying.
Can you share your email ID? Uh,
Okay. Hmm.
I will
I will
share
share it.
with you. And one more
Hmm.
thing, is it possible for you to join morning 8 o'clock?
Morning 8 o'clock, no, no, sir. Because I have
Because
factory, so it's my.
other people are joining, but we
Hmm.
already had a demo long back, right? So
Hmm.
everyone is
Morning
want to
8 to
join
9,
in
sir.
morning 8 to 9. Actually, we are
Uh,
starting another batch also, like 7 to 8 morning. So
okay.
people are joining in this time, and they are again uh, shifting to that morning batch.
So no
So now
one
we
is
are
there at this time, huh?
this time is everyone. Few people are joining, but they are moving
Hmm.
to some other batches, like
Morning.
7 to 8. My new batch is
Okay.
7 to 8, and I 8 to 9 is also there. Both
Yeah.
batches are the same time, 8 to 9
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
morning, and 8:30 to 9:30 night. Both are same
Okay.
time. Both are
It's okay, sir.
started
Okay.
at
Okay.
the
I can. Hmm.
same time, same concepts. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so will you do one thing? I mean, if it's okay for you, you
Hmm.
can collect that what class link. I will ask Mahesh.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Are you working?
Yeah, I have a startup company. Me and my brother have started. So it's oven bags manufacturing.
Which company?
Oven bags, like rice bags, feed bags, dal bags, bags manufacturing, plastic bags.
Okay, okay. Plastic bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, plastic bags, rice bags, feed bags, the type.
Right, right. What is your
Uh,
qualification?
Now I'm BTech Aeronautical, sir.
BTech Aeronautical.
Aeronautical. By the COVID
Completely
time, I
different
just
background. Completely
yes, sir.
different
Totally,
background.
my friends are all my aeronautical guys are moved to software field only.
Why? What happened? What happened actually?
అంత గ్రోత్ లేదు సార్, ఇక్కడ అంత కనబడతలేదు. అందరు
Teluguena?
హైయర్ స్టడీస్కి
Okay,
వెళ్ళిపోవాలి.
okay. Mm-hmm.
తెలుగే సార్,
Okay.
వెస్ట్ గోదావరి.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
సో అంత గ్రోత్
Fine.
కనబడేసరికి అంటే అప్పుడు ఇద్దరు బ్రదర్స్ బయట ఉండేవాళ్ళు. ఒక బ్యాంక్
Mm-hmm.
ఎంప్లాయ్, ఇంకొక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఫీల్డే. సో ఇంకా
Mm-hmm.
డాడీకి కోవిడ్ రావడంతో, సీరియస్ అవడంతో నేను ఎక్కడ ఉండిపోవాల్సి వచ్చింది. అంటే నేను లండన్ వెళ్ళిపోవాల్సి, యూకే హైయర్ స్టడీస్కి.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
డాడీకి కోవిడ్ రావడంతో, బాగా సీరియస్ అయిపోవడంతో, ఇక్కడ ఉండిపోవడంతో అప్పుడు ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ చేశాను సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఇది మా అన్నకి హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్ చేసి ఇంక నేను ఇటు మూవ్ అయిపోదామని.
ఓకే. అది మార్నింగ్ బ్యాచ్లో మనకి 4 మెంబర్స్ అలా ఉన్నారు. సో
ఓకే.
ఏమవుతుందంటే నైట్ జాయిన్ అయిన వాళ్ళు కాస్త మార్నింగ్ దానికి నేను షిఫ్ట్ అవుతా, లేదంటే ఆ, ఆ, మనకేమైనా డెమో అయ్యి ఎన్ని డేస్ అయింది? డెమో ఎప్పుడు అయింది? ఒక
మనకి డెమో 9th సార్.
9th అయింది కదా. 11 days తర్వాత జాయిన్ అయితే వాళ్ళకి మిడిల్లో కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థం కాదు
ఓకే.
కదా. సో నీకైనా నువ్వు డెమో అటెండ్ అయ్యావు, కొద్దిగా గిట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అయ్యాయి కాబట్టి ఓకే. సో వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే మార్నింగ్ 7కి మనకు బ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో దానికి అటెంప్ట్
ఓకే.
అయిపోదామని చూస్తున్నారు. అది మెయిన్. ఇప్పుడు
సరే,
కిషోర్
నాకు
జాయిన్ అయ్యాడు
పర్లేదు
కదా.
సార్. మార్నింగ్ నాకు 9 కల్లా స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది బ్యాటరీ. క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ ఈవినింగ్ వచ్చి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటాను, నాకు ఇబ్బంది లేదు.
అదే అదే. ఓకే,
ఆ.
ఫైన్. మార్నింగ్ వాళ్ళు కూడా
సార్, నా
తెలుగు
మెయిల్
వాళ్ళే.
ఐడి.
పంపించి
ఓకే,
ఒకసారి
నా మెయిల్
చూడమ్మా,
ఐడి
నీకు
షేర్ చేసి
వచ్చిందా? చూడు ఒకసారి.
చెక్ చేసుకోండి సార్. మెయిల్ వచ్చింది సార్.
ఓకేనా? ఓకే, ఫైన్ మరి. రేపటి నుంచే జాయిన్ అవుతుంది మార్నింగ్ 8 to
మనకి
9. నేను
ఫ్రెషర్స్కి ఎలా
మహేష్కి
ఉంటుంది సార్
ఇప్పుడే
ఇది?
చెప్తా.
ఓకే, సరే సార్.
ఫ్రెషర్స్కి అంటే ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు పాస్డ్ అవుట్ అన్నావు? ఏ ఇయర్?
మన 19 సార్, 2019.
ఓకే, 19 అంటున్నావు కదా. సో నీకు 2
19.
years అలా పెట్టుకోమా. మినిమం 2 years పెట్టుకుంటే కాల్స్ బాగుంటాయి. ఇనిషియల్ ప్యాకేజ్ నీకు 5 lakhs 6 lakhs అలా వస్తుంది. దెన్
రూట్
నువ్వు
ఫేక్ పెట్టుకోమంటారా?
ఒక 2 years అలా పెట్టుకో.
2 ఇయర్స్ ఫేక్ పెట్టమంటారా?
మనం మనం చెప్పే ట్రైనింగ్ 4-5 years అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు నువ్వు. ఓకే.
ఓకే.
సో 2 ఎందుకంటున్నా అంటే బెంగళూరులో నీకు చాలా కాల్స్ ఉంటాయి. నువ్వు బెంగళూరులో ఉన్నావు
సరే
ఇప్పుడు?
సార్. నేను లేదు సార్, మొన్నే వచ్చి కలిసి మా అన్నయ్య హోమ్ షిఫ్ట్ మా అన్నయ్య కూడా క్యా- మా అన్నయ్య కూడా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఫీల్డ్ సార్. కాల్స్ గట్రా తీసుకుంటూ ఉంటాడు.
ఓకే.
సో మొన్న వచ్చి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ కూడా కలిసి వెళ్ళాను పక్కనే. సో ప్రజెంట్ అయితే ఇంటికడే. పొద్దున్న ఫ్యాక్టరీ చూసుకుంటా, సాయంత్రం ఇలా క్లాసెస్ వింటాం.
ఓకే, ఓకే. ఫ్యాక్టరీకి వెళ్తుంటావు రోజు నువ్వు?
అవును సార్. నేను అంతా మెయింటెనెన్స్ సైడ్ ఉంటాను. మా అన్నయ్య ఏమో లైక్ బ్యాంకింగ్, మార్కెటింగ్. అన్నయ్య
ఓకే.
సీఏ చదివాడు, సో అకౌంట్స్ మార్కెటింగ్ చూసుకుంటాడు. నేను ప్రజెంట్ అయితే
మ్మ్.
మిషనరీకి ఏమైనా రిపేర్స్ వచ్చిన వర్కర్స్తో దగ్గర ఉంటాను.
ఓకే, సరేనమ్మా. సో ఇదైతే
సరే సార్.
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయు. రేపైతే మార్నింగ్
ఓకే
9
సార్.
కలా 8 to 9 కదా. 8 కలా జాయిన్ అయ్యి. సరేనా?
8 కాల్ జాయిన్ అవ్వండి సార్. సేమ్ ఇదే లింకా సార్ ఇంకా?
లింక్ మహేష్ నీకు షేర్
మా
చేస్తాడు.
ఓకే,
ఒకసారి లైన్లో ఉంటావు, నీకు నేనే పంపిస్తా.
సరే.
చాట్లో వస్తుంది అనుకుంటా. చాట్లో పంపిస్తా.
చాట్లు.
శ్రీనివాస్. నీకు ఈ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఎలా తెలుసు?
మా అన్నయ్య వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్ రిఫర్ చేశాడు సార్.
యా,
శ్రీను
మంచిదమ్మా
తెలుసండి
ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్.
సార్.
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, అవును, వైజాగ్ అయింది.
అదే వాళ్ళ
నాది కూడా
శ్రీను
వైజాగే,
తెలుసండి
ఆయనది
సార్.
కూడా వైజాగ్.
ఓకే, ఓకే.
సో ఇక బాగా చూసుకుంటారు అంటే సజెషన్స్ పరంగా కానీ దేనికైనా. ఓకే, పంపించే చూడమ్మా ఒకసారి లింక్.
ఓకే సార్.
8 AM.
డైరెక్ట్ కాపీ పేస్ట్ చేసామంటారా?
సేవ్
మనకి
చేసుకో,
మాకు షేర్
సిస్టంలో
అవ్వాలి.
సేవ్ చేసుకో.
నేను ట్యాబ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నా ప్రెసెంట్.
ఓకే, మెయిల్ కూడా చేస్తున్నా చూడు మరి.
ఓకే, ఓకే సార్.
ఫైన్. ఓకే అమ్మా. సరే మరి.
ఓకే సార్ అయితే. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
యా.